March the 28th. A good communicator. To the weak I became weak, that I might win the weak. I have become all things to all men, that I might by all means save some. 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 22. Paul was a great communicator, not because he was eloquent, 2 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 10, 1 Corinthians chapter 2 verses 1 to 5, but because he knew his own mind and had a great capacity for identifying with the other person. It is clear that though he had looked to the Holy Spirit to make his communicating fruitful, he knew that the Spirit works through appropriate means. And so he was very conscious of the human factors in persuasion, namely cogency of statement and empathetic concern, and was always most conscientious in laboring to achieve them. With that, he set no limit to what he would do, however unconventionally, to ensure that he did not, by personal insensitiveness or cultural inertia, set up barriers and stumbling blocks in the way of men and women coming to Christ. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verses 19 to 22. Paul was a man who could and did share himself unsparingly. From his letters, we know him well, and we can appreciate the trauma that lies behind the autobiographical passages of Philippians chapter 3, where he tells us how Christ stripped him of cultural pretensions. Here was a man who submitted every part of his historical inheritance to the judgment of the cross. Nothing could be removed, but everything could be reinterpreted. Those things which seemed most positive gain could be judged as of no account in the service of Christ. Those things which had seemed to be hindrances and handicaps might well prove positive assets in the new order of living. F. W. Dilliston. Paul's loving, imaginative adaptability is a shining example to all who engage in communicating the gospel to the world. What makes a good communicator? Lord, I submit all my inheritance to you for reinterpreting in your will.